The Seahawks close out the season against a division opponent down in the desert. I'm Jen Mueller alongside John Boyle from Seahawks.com with three key matchups for the Seahawks on Sunday. And John, let's start with one of the biggest bright spots for the Seahawks the last few weeks. Rashad Penny in that run game going against an Arizona defense that shut down the Cowboys last week.
It's been a great thing to see for the Seahawks in this offense. Rashad Penny has just been on fire since he took over that starting role. He stayed healthy, which is the number one thing for him, and he keeps putting up huge numbers. He's at 135 or more yards in 3 of the last 4 weeks. Seahawks have rushed for 170 or more in those 3 games. Last time they played the Cardinals was during the stretch where the running game wasn't getting going. They went 5 straight games under 100 rushing yards, and the whole offense was affected by it. They're going really good now with the running game. Penny's been a big part of it, and the whole offense has really blossomed. Cardinals have a pretty solid run defense. Their numbers aren't overwhelming, 4.4 carry, 109 rushing yards a game, but they make you earn them. They've only given up 1 run of 40 yards or more this year and only 5 of 20 or more. So part of what's been really good for Penny and the Seahawks are those explosive runs, but those are tough to get against the Cardinals.
Well, number 2 is probably dealing with Chandler Jones. I mean, he has made an entire career off the numbers he has put up against the Seahawks. So that pass protection needs to be there.
Yeah, when I said number 1, I only meant for the Seahawks defense. You're right. Chandler Jones could be the number 1 priority when you talk about the Cardinals as a whole, and really their whole pass rush. They got Golden on the other side putting up big numbers. Chandler Jones has played against the Seahawks and Russell Wilson 10 times in his career. 15 and a half sacks, including 2 earlier this year with a forced fumble. He's just a beast. And Pete Carroll talked about him. It's just the effort, the constant just getting after it. He just keeps coming with it. So he's going to be just a handful. You got to keep him in check. The Seahawks pass protection was an issue early on in the season. It's been a lot better of late. In 9 of their first 12 games, the Seahawks gave up 3 or more sacks. 3 of the last 4, it's been 2 or fewer. They only gave up 1 last week with only 3 quarterback hits, none against the Texans. And even against the Rams, it was 3 sacks, but that pass rush, 3 sacks isn't quite so bad. So really, you look at this last month, pass protection's been a lot better. They're going to have their hands full with Jones and company, though.
And this Cardinals team is going to have a weapon they did not have the last time the Seahawks played them. Kyler Murray, that dual threat quarterback against really the entire defense.
Yeah, as Pete Carroll said this week, there's really nobody like Kyler Murray. And talk about his style. He throws it down the field. He runs all over. He's so fast. He's so quick. Cardinals could be without one, if not both, of their top 2 running backs, so it's going to be that much more important to shut Kyler Murray down. They started the year just on fire. He looked like an MVP candidate. They were the last undefeated team in the league. They cooled off. They lost 3 in a row, but they bounced back strong last week, got a big win in Dallas, and he looked kind of like his old self. So number 1 thing against the Cardinals is going to be slowing down Kyler Murray.
Well, those are your 3 key matchups for Sunday. The Seahawks close out the season against the Arizona Cardinals. John has everything you need to know on Seahawks.com, and you can listen to that game on the Seahawks Radio Network.